This video is going to demonstrate the disassembly of the Suomi 72 round magazine. These have become very popular, and I found that there was no video on how to do the disassembly, so I decided to make up this little video. First thing you want to do is remove the cover, and that's done just by pushing in the spring-loaded plunger here and swinging the arm down out of the way. That allows you to remove the cover. Zoom in on this. Now, as you can see here, we have a screw here that's attached to a follower, and this is the enclosed spring mechanism. This we won't disassemble at all, but a lot of these surplus mags are very grungy, and even though I cleaned it with brake cleaner, when I took it apart to check the cleaning, I found that it still wasn't very good and really needed to be done better. Okay, we're going to start by removing the screw that holds in the follower, and this is just a simple blade. You loosen this up, but you'll find it won't come out really the whole way because there's too much tension on it. So just pull this back a little bit and go ahead, and it'll allow you to remove the spring. Once you remove the spring, keeping the tension on, go ahead and remove that follower. Now, very gently allow the tension on the spring to relax. And you'll have to, it has catches, so you'll have to push in the follower or the spring-loaded nut there, and just unwind that whole spring assembly. Normally you count the number of clicks. I've done this before now, and I believe it to be about 3 clicks or 3 complete turns until that is completely unwound. Once that's loose or unwound, then you can go ahead and remove this plunger nut. Now, there's a spring behind there, and you'll want to make sure you grab that. Once you have that removed, you can pull out the plunger and remove the spring assembly. Now, you'll notice in the spring assembly you'll see the flat wound spring, there's a notch in there. And that notch, when you reassemble it, is going to have to go on this spindle shaft and slide it into this little catch here to allow the spring to hold its tension. Now, removing the bullet track here, you just spin this around until, you zoom right in on this, until this slot lines up with the bullet feed right here. Once you've done that, just a little wrap like that, and it comes right apart. Okay, I have Cerakoted the magazines, and they're ready for reassembly now. First of all, we're going to take the shell plate and lining up this slot with the shelf feed ramps here, I'm going to slide that right in. Now, it's got to go underneath that little pin that's in there, and then it just simply pushes down into place. Once you get that in, you're now going to have to rotate this almost 360 degrees to its final position. What we're going to do next then is take the spring mechanism, and what we're going to do is look for that little notch that's in the spring. And that'll have to line up with the catch on the shaft. So this particular one is down at about the 6 o'clock position. So I'm going to line that up and slide it on. Now you'll have to turn this counterclockwise, and you start turn it a little bit and you can feel that it did indeed catch on there already. Now we're going to put in the retaining screw here, followed by the spring and the retaining nut on the back side. I'm not going to tighten this up too much. I'm just going to kind of get it started so that it's all set, and you can see that that is set. Now we're going to preload the spring. The way we do that is pushing up on that plunger in the bottom. We're going to go ahead and turn this. If you remember when I took it apart, it was about 3 clicks, or 3 complete revolutions. So that's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. Now you can see its position relative to the where the bullets exit. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in the follower, and that only goes one way, so pretty tough to screw that up. Okay, then what we'll do is release that pressure by making the spring a little bit tighter and then just pushing up on that plunger in the back. Okay, now is the time to check and see how it all works together. Cover on, take the mag, and that's it. You're all done. Hope you enjoyed the video. Slide it in, and there we have the finished product.